All praises, all praises, all praises to the holy power, creator of infinity, eternity, and the universe, the stars, the earth, the mountains, the seas, the oceans, all of humanity, and all there is. This is Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit. Once again, family, back before you to be with you so we can be together as we listen, examine, apply, and do the wisdoms of the Holy Power Creator himself. And so this is the Sabbath Wisdom Series, week 4. And we are continuing on our journey to get clarity and to blow the smoke of ignorance away from our eyes and nostrils, and to grow back into the laws of the Holy Covenant so we can reach back to the Holy Power Creator, and he can reach back to us, and we can be rejoined as the family. All right, so I have to plug the Children of the Covenant, which is an ongoing series. It is up to the 4th part. It was just another part was released just a little bit ago. Definitely go and review that series. It is powerful. And we had another wonderful opportunity to start a series as well called the Wisdom, History, and Experience series. So hopefully that will begin to blossom and grow. And so, family, my greetings to you of blessings and peace and harmony to the scattered tribes of the house of Israel, wherever they may be, all across this globe. So, always, I send out my blessings for truth to my brothers and sisters I refer to as pending Israelites. So we are here again together. We are going to sit down. We are going to hold hands. We are going to be quiet. We're going to be still. We are going to pull back that carnal skull that we have and expose our cranial universe to receive the holy frequency of the power of all imagination. And we're going to pull back our rib cages and expose our spirits to truth and light. So, as always, we began here at Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit with our standards of how we are to understand the Holy Word. And we began in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. And that is, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed." And that is backed up or fortified or solidified with Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 8. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. Once again, verse 8, the Holy Messiah, whom the world refers to as Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. All right, family. So we are continuing again in the Sabbath Wisdom series. This is week 4, and we are starting once again with our brother prophet, King Solomon. And tonight we are over in chapter 7, and we are getting a wonderful action of Solomon, and we're getting a charge, a direct conversation of judgment and beware and take care and understand. So we are over in chapter 7, and we are starting at verse 11. Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord and in his own house, he prosperously effected. And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said unto him, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice. If I shut up heaven that there be no rain, and if I command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Now mine eyes shall be open and my ears attent unto the prayer that is made in this place. Verse 16, for now I have chosen and sanctified this house, that my name may be there forever, and mine eyes and mine heart shall be there perpetually. And as for you, if you will walk before me as David your father walked, and do according to all that I have commanded you, and shall serve and observe my statutes and my judgments. Verse 18, then I will establish your, verse 18, then will I establish the throne of your kingdom, according as I have covenanted with David your father, saying, there shall not fail you a man to be ruler in Israel. All right, I heard that, and I hope, well, I know Brother Solomon heard that, so we're gonna start getting some fear and some respect for the Holy Power Creator over here, because it seemed to me like he have to keep saying stuff over and over again. So if that has to be how it is, thus and so be it. But me, I'm going to start listening to the word and the voice of the Lord. So now we are over in the book of the Song of Solomon, which is a song of Israel to the Holy Power Creator. So with our song, with our cranial universes open and our spirits exposed, now we can grasp within those recesses and those places of hidden imagination and get that harmony and that tune and that beat that moves our carnal body. So brother prophet King Solomon can put this week's lyrics to it. And we began. Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 1. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up from the washing, whereof every one bare twins, and none is barren among them. Thy lips like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a piece of a pomegranate within thy locks. Thy neck like the tower of David, builded for an armory, whereon there hang 1,000 bucklers, all shields of mighty men. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies. Until the day break and the shadows flee away, I will get me to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. Verse 7. Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in thee. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, with me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Amana, from the top of Shinir and Hermon, from the lions' dens, from the mountains of the leopards. Thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravished my heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse! How much better is your love than wine, and the smell of thine ointments than all spices. Your lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under your tongue, and the smell of your garments is like the smell of Lebanon. Verse 12. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Thy plants are an orchard of pomegranates with pleasant fruits, camphor and spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh, and aloes, with all the chief spices. A fountain of gardens, a well of living waters, and streams from Lebanon. Verse 16. Awake, O north wind, and come, you south. Blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat his pleasant fruits. All right. Once again, and it never ends, I feel the words of the Song of Solomon, and they give me peace, and I feel good. And once again, go to the channel, select the Sabbath Wisdom series during the week, select Play All, and let the wisdoms of the Holy Power filter through your soul throughout the day and the week, and it will increase and expand. And until one day, believe it or not, you will be walking totally in the spirit and the truth and the wisdoms of all creation. All right. So now we are over in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, which is the book where we continue to examine our carnal existence on earth through spiritual eyes. And we began. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no comforter. Wherefore I praised the dead, which are already dead, more than the living, which are yet alive. Yea, better is he than both they, which hath not yet been, who has not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. Again, I considered all travail and every right work, that for this a man is envied of his neighbor. That is also vanity and vexation of spirit. The fool foldeth his hands together and eats his own flesh. Better is an handful with quietness than both the hands full with travail and vexation of spirit. Verse 7. Then I returned, and I saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he has neither child nor brother. Yet is there no end to all his labor? Neither is his eye satisfied with riches. Neither saith he, for whom do I labor and bereave my soul of good? This is also vanity. Yeah, it is a sore travail. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe unto him that is alone when he falleth, for he has not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Better is a poor and a wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished. For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas he that is born in the kingdom becometh poor. I considered all the living which walk under the sun, with the second child that shall stand up in his stead. Verse 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity, and vexation of spirit. All right, family. As we grow into these wisdoms, that Ecclesiastes is a filter. It is our spiritual glasses to just look around at the world as we walk about and tie it to Proverbs, which is the search and application of wisdom. When we examine the world through our spiritual being and self, and we stand still and look at all the world around us, which is calamity and noise and confusion, which is the very essence of the word Babylon, then you understand why we're in Babylon, and why, as now we begin to jiggle those wires attached to our brains and spines of this matrix, now as we begin to tug at those implants, we begin to see why we are blinded by Babylon. So family, to the scattered tribes of the house of Israel all around the globe, wherever they may be, as they walk to and fro and sojourn on this planet, and to my family of pending Israelites, we continue to bow our knee. We continue to bend our knee, bow our heads, face the east to our holy homeland, Jerusalem, open up our hands to receive the cosmic frequencies, and once again and until the end, we petition for another day of the gift and breath of life, to continue to define and refine our steps and walk on the path of righteousness, which is the example of the Messiah, which is the Holy Word made flesh, whom the world refers to as Jesus Christ, the Holy Messiah, which is the Word made flesh, is the Word of the holy power, creator of all eternity, infinity, and the universe, and all imagination. What he wrote on stone with his very own finger and gave to our brother prophet Moses to present to the church and congregation of the nation of Israel, so that we may take that as the covenant to observe and to do, that we may be deemed worthy to pass through the 12 gates of the kingdom of earth, of the kingdom of heaven on earth. Let it be done, so be it. This is Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit. This is the Sabbath Wisdom Series, week 4. Please come again. Please let us sit and be together. Please let's love each other, because I love you. I love you. I love you. holy power of creation willing, until we are back again, I pray for the blessings of safety and security, perseverance and endurance. And to the scattered tribes, here is your promise of comfort. Book of John, chapter 3, verses 14 through 17, into Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Verse 17, for God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end.